I kind of want to make an evaluation video of how I think uh, making my own videos to counsel myself has been going. Um, I think it's been going okay. Um, Sometimes I think that, I don't know. I wish there was a professional that there is professionals out there that understand the scapegoating. You know what I mean? Like what the scapegoat child goes through. There are professionals out there that understand it, but I haven't found any close by. You know, where I live, I actually got discredited by a counselor. Like she didn't believe even one of my experiences growing up. So that's kind of what I was invalidated big time by a counselor, and so that's kind of why I'm not the biggest fan of seeing a counselor totally, like, I don't know. That's why, I understand what it's like to be a scapegoat better than the professionals. So why not? I figured, why not counsel myself with videos? You know what I mean? And that's the main purpose of my videos to begin with, was to counsel myself uh, as I left a cult. You know what I mean? Um, because someone that I followed did the same thing. He counseled himself and he said it was better than seeing a counselor. And so I'm like, I want to be as. Happy as that guy. And so I started making videos like him, you know, to counsel my way out of a cult, because it's not easy to exit a cult and deprogram your mind and become a normal human. You know what I mean? It's not easy at all. But and then to interact with the real world outside of the cult world, that you knew growing up, it's not easy transition. So, um, but I think, I don't know, doing what I can uh, with the tools I have, with the recording. I can look at my recordings to count for counseling, to uh, as I go on this journey, this hard road. Um, but I don't know. It's it's hard to make fast progress. That's what I noticed. So I got to be more compassionate with myself, because it's not like flipping a switch and then you're healed. That's not how the scapegoat healing works. You don't just flip a switch and then you're healed. And that's what I hate. That's what I've always hated, is that there's no quick fix for the scapegoat. There's no quick heal for the scapegoat. It's not quick. And that's what I've always hated about the healing road, is it's not quick at all for the scapegoat. Because uh, you went through a lot for decades, and that takes a while to unravel, undo. Uh, Takes a while to overcome. Um, yeah, because you went through a lot, being around that environment for a long time, and so it's hard to expect a fast recovery, from surviving that kind of environment for so long. Um, but I don't know. Um, But I do think my videos help me to keep going forward. It helps me uh, motivate myself to keep going forward, um, because it's me talking to me to motivate myself. It's not an outside source. It's not a professional motivating myself. It's me trying to motivate myself from within, And I think that's what's important, is finding that sense of self, that sense of identity that uh, after you leave that environment, um, you don't really know who you are, and it's very discombobulating to know who you are when you never knew who you were, and it's um, kind of a process to figure out who you are for the first time, really, separate from the toxic environment, completely separate from it, who you are to become. Um, but I don't know. But overall, I think the videos have helped me. Um, Sometimes I think they kind of keep me in place. They kind of re-traumatize me, or um, sometimes I think they hold me back. But um, as my videos have become more popular, more subscribers, it's been hard to keep on uh, interacting with all the comments. It's hard to keep up with the comments. I try to keep up with all the comments, um, as best I can, because I know what it's like to feel like you exist, to be commented back. You know what I mean? That means something, like uh, to get that validation that you were heard. You know what I mean? Because as a scapegoat, you were never really heard. You never really thought you meant anything you said mattered. You know, uh, most of your life, like nothing you said really mattered. So I think it's important that you interact with people that validate you and can comment back to you that that you do matter. As a person, because I know how much a scapegoat is ignored throughout most of their life. So that validation that they exist, just exist, is huge. You know what I mean? So, um, anyways, but your guys' comments do help me, believe it or not. They keep me going, uh, for sure, um, because I'm one of the scapegoats that was just ready to just retire from this life. You know what I mean? I was just done with it. Um, I was just tired of what I was going through and tired of what I went through and the pain and all that it left me in wreckage, you know, physically kind of wrecked my nervous system. And I don't know, it kind of made me a person I didn't like, that was just full of pain. And, but I don't know, I've had to learn to live with the pain, Um, not all pain can be undone, you know what I mean? Like that, like I want it to be. So, anyways, um, Appreciate the support. Um, I started making videos without even having a hope in hell that I would recover, and I still don't know if I'll recover. It's like a chance in hell, a 1 in a million chance that I would recover to anything that's normal of any kind, a normal human in society. Um, I don't know. So it's kind of crazy that I make videos without having, without knowing if I even have a chance at life for real. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy to not have a chance in hell and still make videos. You know, have no chance of healing to full recovery and still make videos. It's kind of crazy. But I just wanted to tell my story before the end. You know what I mean? I just wanted to tell my story as a free man, I guess, as free as I've ever been from imprisonment to, the toxic environment of feeling like a prisoner. This is the most free I've ever been, for sure. Um, Mentally, I could be more free, I think, but I don't know. Being a mental prisoner, I kind of am a little bit. That could be improved for sure. Um, but I'm not sure how to not feel like a mental prisoner as much. Um, I've been trying to socialize more, and in real life, trying to socialize more. So I think that'll help me. But I got to be careful that I don't socialize with another toxic individual, another narcissist. I got to be careful because I know that's familiar to me and I'm comfortable around them. And I got to be careful because if I'm comfortable around somebody, that's a red flag. That should be a red flag to me, that I need to pay heed to. So I need to figure out how to find safe people. It's hard to find safe people, outside the toxic environment. Very hard to figure out who is safe, who's a narcissist, who isn't. It's hard to detect for me still. Right off the bat, it's kind of. But if I feel comfortable around somebody, that's a bad sign. If I feel comfortable, because anytime I felt comfortable, it's been a narcissist. Anytime I feel comfortable around somebody, I'm around a narcissist. So, because it reminds me of my upbringing, being around one, So, anyways, it's kind of a work in progress still. But I do wish that one of the guys I follow on YouTube right now, psychotherapist named Jay Reed, I wish he lived in Idaho because he understands the scapegoating. He was scapegoated himself, and it's hard to find a professional that understands the scapegoating, So I kind of wish he lived near me, because I definitely see him, and I know he wouldn't invalidate me or my experience growing up, or what I went through. So I could count on that. But anyways, I think that's enough for this video. But overall, I think I'm doing as much as I can, under the circumstances of life. I think I'm doing as much as I can for myself, I think, So anyways, I will end with that.